This video is going to be a gift to the people who watched ENTP and the belief system. This one, I'm gonna show you how to use this in this video. Stress is something I've gone through so many times right now. Like when I was in my college, my state, the state I live in, literally got split and there were riots. Like there were people coming in my college, beating buildings up, breaking windows, like throwing chairs out of like nowhere. That was my 12th, right? That was high school. I entered my university second year. My college gets flooded, all right? Just flooded everywhere. Disaster, natural disaster, right? I'm just stuck there in my hostel. Fast forward again. I get into this very super stressful job where I felt pressure, controlled, stuck, constricted. It's like that. Moving on to 2020, and I have COVID. And I'm sure in everyone's life, COVID by now has created some sort of impact, some sort of stress in your mind, some sort of feelings like anxiety. The best way that I can think of to express this would be waking up to darkness. There were nights where there were days where I used to like wake up in darkness. I mean metaphorically. And I always used to say to myself, damn, this is a beautiful day, but I cannot see it yet. I knew there is light somewhere, but I didn't know how to see the light or how to perceive the light. And during times when you're like really stressed and having like a really bad day, which now it's like a bi-monthly thing for me, it's very hard to create a systematic way to see the light, because there is one in the end of the tunnel. The only question is, can we see it or not? And oftentimes we cannot see it, and that is the problem. In this video, I talk about how do I use this, what does this mean, and how can you use this to overcome this darkness and find the light and the joy to do what you want to do what you love to do. Roll the intro. I have studied more than 600 self-help books right now, and let me just narrow down everything, right? To two traps you constantly fall into every second, every moment. And these two are the reasons that you fall in this trap. The first one is your understanding of time. This one I cannot go in this video is because it's a bit deep, and to understand it you have to like set a lot of context. But I do talk about it in my MBTI and Big Toe video. It's the one with like my ENTP guide to 2020. Yeah, that's what it's called. And the second one is second-hand knowledge. Now, what do I mean by second-hand knowledge? Your understanding of reality is coming from second-hand knowledge. The stuff you read in books. Oh, there is atoms, they're rotating, bouncing. It might be true, it might not be true. But to solve problems like this, real stuff like, stress, like you don't know what to do, this feeling of stuck where you don't want to wake up, right? There are days where I just want to go back to sleep. I wake up and I just try to like go back to sleep again as soon as possible, within 6 hours or whatever, if anyone can relate to that. The problem is we believe in blind faith so much that it doesn't matter whether it's true or not objectively. I don't care whether the earth is round or flat. That doesn't matter. The point here is we believe in faith, like we believe in blind faith so many things, and we conclude what the reality should be and how it should act, which creates this problem of feeling stuck, feeling stuck is a problem that I relate with a lot. And to bypass this trap, especially when you're dealing with, like, anxiety, stress, darkness, suffering, misery, there's only one thing you can trust, and that is your direct experience. Noticing what actually is happening, noticing what actually is happening to yourself, and through your direct experience, and knowing, oh damn, this is a hand, this you can verify through your direct experience. And remember this, only your direct experience is true. Everything else is not true until and unless you verify it for yourself. At least, keep this understanding to this bubble of self-help. Anytime you're dealing with like self-help, like how to like change mindset, paradigm shift, or something like that, direct experience is what is going to get you out. It is your Willy Wonka golden ticket out of this entire loophole. Your direct experiences is key. We can all believe so much different stuff, but then we try to implement it. Do we? No. I have met so many people who have read so many books, so many, that you talk to him, he's like, yeah, oh, CBT, yeah, I've read about that, bro. Oh, Think and Grow Rich, yeah, I've read that. Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill, yeah. It's like, okay, so have you implemented those? I'm like, huh? What? No. It's like, oh, okay. The reason they didn't implement the stuff they read is because they were believing so much in blind faith. Even the stuff I say in this video, the key to realizing it, you will understand whatever I say because I try to make it as simple as possible. But to realize it, to make it part of your experience, you have to see it for yourself through your direct experience. That is your key. That is that Willy Wonka golden ticket. And everyone tries to consume knowledge for the sake of mental masturbation. But if you really want results, direct experience is the key. Now that I have hammered that enough, let's go into this. This is going to be the key to getting out of your suffering. Something that has helped me a lot. This is the Willy Wonka chocolate factory that creates all the chocolate bars, right? How exciting! We are going to understand this again. So what is this diagram and how do you use this to overcome your darkness and the suffering, misery, and how can you like come to your senses back and choose to be happy, because we all deserve it. We all deserve to see the light in the darkness. This is not what it looks like. It is belief system, right? And this heart-like thing is feeling. This gears is supposed to be gears, I know. It is thinking, thoughts, and this that one like looks like battery is action. Very simple, but this is going to be very profound. If you are watching this video right now and you are going through some intense stuff, right? You must be super lucky, because whatever I'm going to say next is apply it right now, and see it for yourself, because that's where its beauty shines. If you're having less relatively happy day, think back to a dark time, dark place, anything that is left unresolved that keeps you up at night, because this is going to be very, very, very important. Understanding this concept and experiencing it are two different things, and you can understand it all you want, but this concept is so simple. When you experience it, it's going to be super profound. All right, trust me on this. So think of a dark time, and if you're going through one, great. Now notice that what your thoughts are, it is just a impulse or a triggered based on your emotions, right? So if you feel happy, happy thoughts come. So let's say you feel uneasy, right? And now all sorts of thoughts come in your brain on how to eliminate this feeling and go back to the normal state, right? That is basically how your mind works, and that is what this belief system is designed to create. Let's say you're going through some dark stuff, right? What it is basically saying, your body is like giving off an emotion. Okay, your body is giving off a sensation, and your mind is reacting to it, and it's trying to make sense of it, and it's like triggering like hundreds of thoughts on how to eliminate this, what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right, and it will try to use all sorts of tools. My ENTP and manipulation video, I've talked about the kind of ways it tries to manipulate you. ENTP and ego's manipulation, that's what it's called. It gives off a sensation which triggers all these thoughts, right? And when all these thoughts that are getting triggered, you choose one that is the least resistant to your belief system, that is in line with your belief system, right? And then you act on it. Now let's go slower. Now think back to a time when you were going through some intense stuff. Stop thinking. Where do you feel it? Where do you feel the sensation in your body? Listen very carefully. Stop thinking. Where do you feel it? I feel it kind of here on my throat. Sometimes recently I'm feeling it in my chest. I never felt it in the stomach, but some people say they feel it in the stomach as well. Doesn't matter where it is. Notice the sensation. Your goal is to backtrack, right? If you act, you lost, right? If you act, that's already game over. You're already like running off and jumping off the cliff. You jumped off the cliff. That is what here, right? Right now you're just thinking. Now we are going backwards. You're trying to recognize this feeling, trying to become conscious. You are becoming conscious of this feeling, becoming aware of this feeling. Redirect your attention to your sensation. Alright, so here, forget about the belief system right now too. You don't have to worry about it as of now. Where do you feel the sensation? Now you will feel it somewhere, right? Now here's where a very spiritual concept comes in. In spiritual text, it's called surrendering, releasing, letting go. Now here's step number one. Step number one, feel the sensation. Get out of your head. Get out of your head, right? Go into your body. Where do you feel it, right? Step number one, feel the sensation. Are you feeling it? Good. Step two, become aware of it. As in, try to feel it, okay? Try to feel this feeling even more deeply. Don't try to run away from this feeling. Don't try to think, oh, you know what, I'll just eat an ice cream and boom, this feeling will disappear. No, stop thinking. Just feel into this feeling even more. Don't force yourself. Don't do anything. Just let it be. Accept the feeling for what it is. Just accept this as it is. Unconditionally, whatever you're feeling, just accept it. Stay with it for now. Let me tell you a small story. What happened to me was, I often felt resistance, and I don't know, it's like you want to do one thing, but your mind and your body wants to do another thing. And the analogy that people use in the self-help industry is the one that you're like a guy sitting on top of an elephant. Sometimes the elephant goes where you want it to go, but once the elephant chooses not to go where you want it to go, oh boy, you're in big trouble. And I often wondered, why am I feeling resistance? I never resist watching YouTube videos, but I always resist writing this stupid book, this weird journal stuff where I keep trying to journal my day and all that stuff. I keep resisting it. Why is that? And here's why, okay? This is why. You are feeling a certain sensation in your body, Okay, now this sensation is triggering some thoughts. Let's say eating ice cream, or let's say watch a YouTube video. What I tried to do in my past is I had the sensation, it is giving off all these thoughts, but I try to have like a different intention. You're like, you know what, no, I'm going to write this book, I'm going to write this book, Prem. And now there is this resistance. You have not resolved the sensation, you have not resolved this feeling. This feeling is like a story, you know. Every story needs to have its conclusion, or else it feels unfinished. So we have a lot of unfinished sensations, like a story. And keeping this story unfinished, and you're trying to like put another intention, that creates this resistance. Your body wants to do one thing, you want to do one thing, the sensation is not changing. So here, you know, you are battling. That is why you go, the step number one is to feel the sensation, because whatever you're feeling right now, you need to resolve that, make peace with that. And here's where step number two is going to come out. Don't think. Okay, don't think. This is not a process of thinking, this is a process of experiencing. I just sit there staring at the wall. But the one thing that will help you a lot is your body position, as in your posture. Whatever you do, whatever you feel, the way you sit literally records a sensation. If you're sitting like this, if you're standing like that, if you just tie like this, you're going to look stupid, but you're going to feel super confident. But if you like sit like this and with a like frowning face like this creates a record, a sensational record, which triggers certain emotions, which triggers certain thoughts, which forces you to take certain action, and you don't want that. So the best way to change your state is through your body movement, right? Do stuff that makes you happy. Sometimes it might be a dance, but that doesn't really matter when the times are getting really dark. This is like for, you know, mild stuff. Let's say you're going through some mild discomfort in your life, below 4, right? A good dance, a goofy dance, or whatever makes you feel fun, giggly, and makes you feel joy, stuff like that. Going on to the more intense stuff, like, you know, above 8 and stuff like that, let it go. Step 2 is letting it go. Now don't think about it. What does this mean, Prem? Don't think about it, just let it go. But how am I supposed to let it go? Let that thing go also. Every thought that is coming in your mind, just let it go. But I don't understand this. What does this even mean? Let that thought go, you know, let even that thought go, and just stay with it. It is a very loving process. It's a process where you accept yourself as is, without any condition. So let everything go. But Prem, you don't understand. I don't understand what letting go means. Let that thought go as well. Stop trying so hard. Okay, stop trying so hard. You're already lifting enough burden. Step 2 is letting it go. Any thought that comes in your mind, just let it go. What does it mean? Don't think about it, let it go. But I have so much to achieve. Let it go. But why should I listen? Let it go. You're not making any sense. Let it go. This is not a process of thinking. This is a process of feeling deeper, feeling your sensation and observing it without any biases, without any attachments, without any opinions, without any needs, shoulds, coulds, musts, ought tos, right? Step 3 is, this is what helps me, right? So step 3 is whatever visualization like comes in your head, just let it be. Don't try to resist it. Don't try to do anything. Your body is an amazing mechanism. It'll take care of itself, right? It's like self-restoring mechanism. When you're trying to let go, sometimes you might have like these visualizations where, you know, you might have like butterflies coming out. You might feel like, you know, opening a cage of butterflies, and, you know, from the sensation that you're feeling, all the butterflies come out. Or sometimes you might have like a flower blooming. That's a very popular visualization where you have your emotion, feel into it, and open a flower, like blossom a lotus flower. That is why in Hinduism lotus is very popular, is because of this powerful visualization where it like holds like this and boom, it opens up, right? It opens up into like 1,000 petals. Sometimes it might be for you, just feeling sitting under a cherry blossom tree and letting it go. But whatever it is for you, it's going to be very personal. And the only way you can really see it is by not trying to see it. Don't try to like do anything. Whatever comes your way, just let it go, let it go, let it go. Keep letting it go. But Prem, you don't understand. You can let it go. It is easy, but it is what it is. Don't try to think. Thinking is a devil's game. Thinking is a devil's game. Try to feel the sensation, where it is, where is it exactly, and just try to like keep doing this, and just try to keep doing this process. Now some of you might have heard this entire thing and probably you're not doing this exercise with me, or you're like just consuming this knowledge for what is. You wouldn't understand the worth of this unless and until you're going through really some dark times, right? So if you're like going through really high stress, that's where like this concept really shines. Not in understanding it, not in trying to like, oh wow, this is an amazing concept, right? Just like mental masturbation. This concept is really going to shine when the times are at its darkest. You cannot see the light and you're just hoping, the biggest breaking point for me came when I read so much. I read so many books. You name it, I've read it, right? In terms of self-help and stuff. But one day I wasn't getting what I wanted. It's like I've read all these books. I know how business work. I know all this mindset, all these games and all that stuff. But one day I just asked myself, Prem, so much more than so many people in the world. Why aren't you like getting any results? What is the point of knowing so many things if you don't know how to implement it? That is why I tell you, this is a very experiential process. Your direct experience is key. Second-hand knowledge like me or anyone else is going to derail you, is going to act as a red herring as in a distraction. Okay, the fastest way is to just follow your direct experience. That is really the only way that you can find. And if you really want results in life, that's really it. Even if you're reading a book, okay, I read all this, let me like apply this in my life and directly experience whether this is true or not. That's where you'll find the gold. Not in listening, not in consuming. This is something I had to learn the hard way. But I understand everyone has to go through the journey. Every view is a very loving view, and it is what is. But this is basically the concept. Just you understanding that if in this entire video you understood that there's resistance that you're feeling for doing a thing is caused by not noticing your sensations, where your sensation wants to do, where your sensation is triggering your mind to do a certain thing, but you want to do a certain thing, and it is creating this resistance. So you don't have to like create a stronger resistance. This is where people try, use willpower. Forget about willpower. You're having this resistance, right? And you're using willpower because it's like you're just trying to like drag this. You have the sensation, but you're just using your willpower to like drag this. Forget all that. There's a sensation in your body that is making you prefer, making you choose this choice. And what we do most of our life is we react, and our goal is not to react, but it is to act. And I'm not saying, don't be angry. I'm saying if you're going to be angry at someone, be angry and choose to be angry. We react and be angry most of the times. So when you like feel into the sense, let's say you're angry at someone, right? Let's say you feel into the sensation, you're feeling this feeling, you're letting it go. Don't think about it, just let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Surrender. Don't think about it, surrender that too. Just keep surrendering. And then choose whatever you want to choose. Because that's where the key is. Your goal is to be conscious of your actions. Whatever action that you're choosing, you better have you better be choosing it because you want to, because you have a choice to do so. All right, don't react, always act. That's it for this episode. Let me know in comments below, did you resonate with any concepts or something? Future videos are going to be much more deeper. I feel, I'm coming close to just figuring all this just dealing with all this darkness stuff. Let's say, I think more 2 years and we should be golden. Don't you think so? It's a wonderful journey. I love making videos like this. Let me know in comments below what you guys think. I would love to know. Did the stuff help you? Many people had this kind of experience in their life, so share it, and I read every comment I reply to. So let me know. Have a nice day. Alright, that's it for this video. Like, subscribe, and kiss. Not to me, but to yourself, of course. I'll see you guys in the next video.